Hello, welcome to Chopping Up with Father today. Hopefully, everyone's having a great day. Today, we'll be making a very special dish. I would call it special. It's in honor of a famous chef from a former, or not a former, I would say someone who is no longer with us, Julia Child. And I think everyone has heard of her name. She was pretty much like the first celebrity chef, let's put it that way. And when it came to what she did, she helped bring cuisine and French cuisine to America to show people that it's possible to cook food in your house. That it can be very elegant, but also can be really simple. And hey, Taylor, how you doing?
Hey, good. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. Hey, Queen, how you doing? Appreciate it. So yes, what we're doing today is making a dish in honor of Julia Child. The month of October is actually a special month where there's an honor that's given out, and it's an amazing honor that every year it's given out in honor of her name. It's the Julia Child Foundation of Gastronomy and Culinary Arts is who presents it. And like this year, the person who won it was an amazing chef named Alice Waters. And it's a really cool thing that what Julia Childs did. She helped bring French cuisine and also cooking cuisine in general to people's homes and help show you that you can make food in your house. You don't have to go out and eat at all these fancy restaurants. So I think everyone's probably heard the name Julia Childs. So today, the dish I'm going to be making is something that she enjoyed, which is called Potage Parmentier, which is a fancy way to say potato and leek soup. Okay, my French accent is horrible, so you got to forgive me. So Potage Parmentier. But so we're going to see. So some of you are saying this is a weird set of flowers. You're right, it is. This is my type of flowers. So if you want to give me some flowers, this is what I want. These are leeks. Is anyone familiar with leeks? A lot of times I feel it doesn't get used often, but leeks get used a lot in French cuisine. And the reason why is it's just a preference, but it's a sweeter, more delicate taste. But when you cook them over long periods of time, the texture and the flavor you get out of it is amazing. Now, this dish, you've seen me cook complex meals. This is going to be a real simple meal. It doesn't require a lot of ingredients. It just requires a little bit of time and the fact that you're willing to put some time in to do it. So here's the thing with leeks. This big green part is really bitter. What you want is the white part. Now, you can save the green parts, which I do. I save it when I'm making a beef stock, when I'm planning to braise something for hours. So actually, let me give a bowl real quick so I can show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put all my green stalks in a bowl because I'm going to save that for later. And I don't need the green parts right now for this dish. I need all the white parts. And hopefully everyone can see this. And the one thing about this is leeks are a lot different than other onions. They get a lot of dirt in them. Can you see that? So you actually have to clean them. And that's kind of probably why people don't like to deal with leeks. It's a little fussy. It requires a lot of extra work. But if you put the work in, it's so much worth it. So all I'm going to do is start working on chopping this up, and I'm going to show you right now exactly how we do this. So here's how you clean the leeks. All you're going to do is slice it in half, slice it in half. Now there's many ways to do it, but this is how I'm doing it. This is one of the easiest ways I've seen to do that. So give me one moment while I get this ready. Now I have a sink right here with some running water. I'm actually going to fill my sink up. And I'm going to let the dirt naturally fall into the bottom of the sink. And that's what I'm going to do. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up in the water, and it'll just loosen up the dirt. I'm just getting the dirt out of it. So who's ever done something like this before with leeks? Has anyone ever dealt with leeks before?
So I was actually reading your recipe, and it reminded me very much so of a Dutch soup that I like to make, and it's because it is mustard soup.
Oh,
but it's a very forward thing. Yes. So
yeah. Oh, perfect.
And I've used my salad spinner before to help me clean the leeks.
Oh, okay. Well, that's actually a good idea. I never thought of doing it that way.
Yeah. But they are tedious, but I've grown leeks before, and it's because that bottom part is mostly underground.
Yeah, it is. It's an amazing. I think I love them.
It kind of like grows in the dirt. I mean, like of course plants grow in the dirt, but like all those layers.
Yeah. that it really, well, it's not as tight, I think, as an onion or as a garlic. So it opens up more for it to allow dirt in there. Who in here in the chat, have you guys ever cooked leeks or have you eaten leeks? Let me know in the chat if you don't mind.
Cooking with Mama T has.
Okay, well, good. Appreciate that.
Mrs.
Let me know
The Cooking Queen has as well. A lot of people have not.
Oh, good. Yeah, it's it looks well. I don't have them anymore, but I don't have any whole ones anymore. But when you see this big green thing and white, it's about 2 feet long. It looks a little intimidating.
It does, yes.
It does, and it's really not that intimidating. But you just gotta pretty much just take a little extra time. Just do a little extra time in there. So here's what we're gonna do. All I'm gonna do is working on chopping them up really finely. So I'm gonna go half, and I'm just gonna keep doing this over and over and over. Now, it's a simple soup I'm making. It's perfect for the fall, and it doesn't actually require a lot of ingredients. And for anyone who sees me often cooking, there's one thing you're gonna see me do different today. You're gonna be like, wait, you're going against everything you've ever said. And what it is I'm always saying, to use chicken stock or chicken broth for flavor when you're making a soup. This recipe calls to use for water. The point of the water is to let the potatoes and the leek shine so that you're not taken away from that. Because when you cook this properly, it will shine better. Now, I'm noticing there's still some dirt in there. So what I'm going to do, by slicing it like this, it's fine. And I'm going to put it back into the water real quick. Like I said, it can be a little fussy to deal with this plant, but it's worth it if you do it. Okay. So we're going to take a little trip again right here, give it a little bath, go into the jacuzzi. And
yeah, those leeks are so tedious, but that delicate onion flavor is just so amazing.
Now, here's what you can do. I will say this. Leeks are a little expensive. I mean, compared to a regular onion, like these were, at least in Arizona, they were about $3.80 a pound. Now, they're pretty heavy because they're big. So a regular brown onion is $1 a pound. So you could use a brown onion as a substitute, and that would be fine too. It will have a slightly different taste. But a brown onion will work out well. I would just recommend brown, not white. White is really sharp. White is great for Mexican food and bright sharpness. But onions are great for like sauteing. Okay, perfect. So now we got that down. So here's what we're gonna do. I need to start chopping these up because I need to saute them. Believe it or not, I'm gonna make sure my pot is on. It is. Because anytime you saute something, you want to make sure your pot is at least warm. So all I'm going to do is group them up together and chop them up a little fine. So I thought about maybe doing all this in advance, but I said, you know what? I think it'd be important for everyone to see how to cut a leek and how to clean it, wash it. It's now there's different ways. Like I said, you saw Taylor earlier saying that she uses a salad spinner, which is something I'm going to try doing next time. I was like, Taylor, why didn't you tell me that 2 days ago?
There really are so many ways. I've seen it done so many ways.
Yeah. Now, and you get a bowl.
Chris says we need that ASMR chopping.
Yes. So I have some butter right here, 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to add to my pot. I'm just going to take the leeks I have right now, drop it like it's hot in there. Okay. Perfect. This takes a lot of leeks. I mean, when I say it's a leek and potato soup, trust me, it's leeks and potatoes. So we're gonna keep chopping. So hopefully everyone's having an amazing Thursday. Me and Taylor are starting a new thing on Thursdays because I go live today or right now, and then Taylor goes live in the evenings. We both come from the hospitality industry. We both deal with a lot of alcohol. So every Thursday, we're going to always try to have a cocktail, and we're calling it Thirsty Thursdays. Right, Taylor?
We actually need to talk about this.
Okay.
I won't be doing a cocktail on my show tonight, no, but
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
We'll circle back. But I am excited for Thirsty Thursdays on your end with the drink you have tonight.
Oh,
Today,
yeah.
it's one of my favorite cocktails.
Oh, good. Perfect. I'm glad to hear that.
Yes.
And just keep chopping.
But y'all, the recipe for this stuff is on FoodTokTV.com if you want to go ahead and check that out. Be sure you're following FoodTok TV. We do live cooking shows daily, Monday through Friday. It's twice a day. So be sure you're following along for the different creators. And this is Benjamin's show that's on Thursdays at noon Central. Chopping it up with Father. And look, we're chopping it up with Father.
Yes. Now, if you were at a French restaurant, you're dealing with a chef that has like a Michelin star, he would tell you that you need, or he or she would tell you that you need to have the cut very fine and perfect. This is what I call rustic. You're cooking in your house. Cook it the way you want. Chop it the way you want. It's gonna once you saute them, they're gonna all get down. You just want to make sure they are somewhat smaller so they can saute.
So what is the name of this soup? I want to hear you try and pronounce it again.
Okay, Potage Parmentier. Potage Parmentier. Now, keep in mind, my French accent is horrible. So, but that's the best way I can say it.
Parmentier. Potage Parmentier.
Yeah,
that's how I say it. But
you sound better than me. Now, I'm slicing some other leeks. If you know, it's different. Doing like kind of matchsticks almost, julienne almost. So this is going to be for a garnish now. So I'm going to take the same vegetable and I'm going to slice it a little different so you can see which you can use the same piece for a garnish. And give me one moment while I finish this. Has anyone ever had this soup? Anyone pretty much had a leek and potato soup dish? I wonder that. Has anyone ever had a leek and potato soup dish? If you don't mind telling me in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
My version has mustard in it, making it the mustard soup, but that's a Dutch.
Yeah. I think
but
everything
it's very similar to this recipe. It's very similar.
Yeah. I think everything you cook has mustard in it.
Yeah. Not everything, but pretty close.
Yeah. Now, hold on. I need to find a trash bowl.
Now, a lot of people have not tried it before, but y'all, this is just the perfect fall soup.
Yes, it is. Very simple.
I haven't had this French variety, but it's perfect.
Okay.
Even if you're not adding mustard to it.
I know. But at least I'm not adding ketchup to it, right?
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Got to take the wins.
Okay, so always clean as you go. So what I do, because I have a mess right here, I put my cutting board underneath my station. I'm just going to swipe this on here. What happens in the kitchen, like if you ever worked in the kitchen, chefs would do this, but they would have like a bucket. Taylor did this a couple weeks ago, but she had like a little trash can in her grub match competition. But speaking of grub match, this Saturday we have another competition, but there's still time to vote for grub match from our last week's competition, which was Kaz, the CEO of FoodTok TV, and I believe the gentleman's name was Nick, and they both put up an
Nick,
amazing.
He's a Italian cook.
Yes, and they both put up an amazing dishes in that 1 hour.
Yeah, and they had to deal with yogurt.
Yeah, that was a tough one. I was like, I don't know what I would do with that. I would make a smoothie. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. But,
I feel like you got off pretty easy with your ingredients.
You think so?
I don't know. Because I had potatoes for mine. He has peppers for his. But it's all like, with those simple ingredients, you really got to think outside the box. You got to do more than, jalapeno poppers. You got to be.
Oh, you took my idea already. You can't do that. I'm just kidding. No, I have a couple tricks in my sleeve. We'll see. I have some thoughts.
I'm excited for it.
So this is just potatoes. I prefer gold potatoes because they are creamier. You could substitute any potato, whatever's on sale. I mean, the only reason these were on sale this week, and I was so happy to see that. I was like, this would actually made me decide to do this dish, was the fact that they're on sale. I have a pot of water right here, or a bowl of water. Once I peel my potatoes, I just put them in the water. Does anyone know the reason why I do that? I know Taylor probably does, but does anyone in the chat know why I'm putting my potatoes in water? Let's see. Does anyone know?
The chat knows. Like a lot of people have not had this soup that you're making before, this potato and leek soup.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it's awesome. It's a real simple soup, and you'll see, like, it's delicious.
Joe says it pulls the starch out and keeps the color. And then Josie also says so they don't turn brown.
Yeah.
Victor says to help get them cleaned.
Yeah, so you don't want it to oxidize. Once the oxygen hits the skin or the outside of it, it just starts turning brown. Does it taste different? No, it's just more of a look. So like if you left your potatoes out, it's not going to change the taste. So I mean, just don't leave them out too long, but just put them in some water, and that's all you got to do.
Oh yeah, we
and
got a
like,
smart comment section. People already know. They already know what's up with potatoes in water.
oh, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. That's good to hear. Now, does anyone know what this part is for? If you have a peeler, what do you use that part for? Does anyone know what to use that for?
Oh, I know.
A lot of times in my life, people are like, I never knew what that was for. I'm just wondering. See if people hear. Like, so if you don't know, here's what I'll show you. There's a little part in there that's not the best. You just kind of pop it out. There you go. That's all.
It's not to poke your eye out with it.
Yeah. So there's a little part right there. I'm just gonna pop it out. Okay, perfect. You know, because sometimes what I've seen with potatoes, people will see like one mark on it and it looks a little funky, and they will throw the whole potato away. All you gotta do is literally pop out that part. The 95% of the potato is fine. It's just that 5% of that potato is a little bad.
Yeah, I've done a lot of searching on this. Like I always Google like when to throw this out or like when to throw certain things away. But with potatoes, it really comes bad is if you start seeing the green around it. Yep, that's when it's time to toss.
Yeah, that's what I recommend. The green is. I can't recall exactly what could happen, but it's a possibility of something affecting you where you could, it could harm you a little bit, but I don't know the facts on it. I can't remember the actual name of it. Okay, I'm just gonna work on sauteing my.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's botulism. Like, I'm not sure.
I actually, to be honest, I looked this up like 2 weeks ago. So like I recall just looking up 2 weeks ago because I had a green potato and I was like, I know it's bad, but why? And I asked the question and I looked it up and. Of course, now I don't remember, but it's okay. So
solanine. It's a toxin called solanine.
Okay.
And it can cause digestive problems.
Okay, there, and I'm seeing my good friend Miguel saying, "Oh, interesting." I'm assuming that means Miguel, you probably eating some green potatoes, huh? I know you. Okay, so now I'm gonna start cutting these. I'm gonna start dicing them, and these are just gonna be finely diced, nothing special. The reason why I want to finely diced is I want to cook all of this in roughly less than an hour.
Yeah.
So if the potatoes are diced small, it will cook quicker. So you could choose to dice them up bigger if you want to. It's just for the sake of the recipe, I'm going to dice them up a little small.
Right.
And go
so
from
Joe
there.
wants to know, do you know what the word saute means? I don't know this either.
I mean, I don't like is there like a true definition? I mean, I can tell you what my definition of sauteing is.
Right.
If that's what it's like what I'm doing right now in my pan is sauteing these onions, which is cooking it in a pot or a pan on somewhat of a low heat, and it's cooking with some type of liquid or some type of fat or oil. So that's what I am doing. If that helps you. If you have
I think he's just throwing out a fun fact that saute means jumping in the pan in French.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so that I'm not aware of. Well, thank you I appreciate the information.
Yeah, I know. I feel like I learned something new today.
I always appreciate information.
I've already learned something. Bye, guys.
Oh, you're done for the day?
Yeah, I only have to learn one thing a day. It's fine.
You met your quota?
Yeah, I met my quota.
That's awesome.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to FoodTokTV. He is making potage parmentier. I'm going to try this again.
Potage Parmentier.
Potage Parmentier, or potato and leek soup in French.
Yes.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, sometimes I don't have a good accent in French. I don't have a good accent in Spanish. I can barely speak English, so it's okay. We'll figure this out.
I took a semester of French in college, but that was over a decade ago.
Yeah.
So, I remember the only sentence I really remember from that semester of French class is "je ne sais pas," and that means I don't know. And I think that's all I need to know in French.
Oh, okay.
Je ne sais pas.
So let me show you what we're looking at, just so you can see. Now you didn't see in the beginning, but this was pretty much all the way to the top, and slowly it has cooked down, and that's exactly what we want. Now here's one thing: season as you go. I'm going to add just a little bit of salt. I'm gonna do a little bit of pepper.
Hey, JDP.
JDP's in the house. That's who is gonna be with me
Who's
this
competing
Saturday.
this weekend on Grub Match? Woo woo!
Yeah, that's right. He's gonna be competing on Grub Match. We might even have a dance competition, which he's gonna win because I don't dance.
Yeah, I haven't figured out the dance breaks yet. I think I might just surprise y'all with them.
Okay. Just remember, I don't dance.
Exactly why I wanted to make you do it.
Yeah, he's the only one that gets me to do it. And JDP is a great content creator too. He definitely give him a follow. He goes live, and he puts on a show and a meal. It's literally a show and meal at the same time. But okay, so I'm almost done chopping these, and what I'm going to start doing now is once I've chopped all of these, is I'm going to add them to the pot. And I'm on the last potato.
Thank you for the chilies. Oh yeah, people are excited about the dance breaks.
Oh, are they? Yeah, it's going to be fun.
You have a chatty comment section today.
Oh, cool.
Really
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you.
So thank y'all to everyone who is commenting and engaging. I see you. We see you. Thank you for being part of the conversation. This is what FoodTok TV is all about, bringing people together.
Okay, as you see, I'm just adding the potatoes in now. And so that's all I'm doing now. I'm doing it like hand by hand. I don't want to spill all these potatoes, so I'm trying to be very careful and delicate, very demure, you know?
Very mindful.
Yeah, very mindful. But okay.
I like that pot. It's very cutesy.
Yeah, you know what? To be honest, I've had that pot for about 15 years. Got it at Marshall's, and it's like I love it. Stainless steel will last you forever. I love stainless steel.
There's still no liquid in that pot, is there?
Nope. Now, there is, well, yes and no. There is liquid that has came out of the onions naturally. Because when you're sauteing it, it's releasing the liquid out of it. Also, the potatoes were submerged in water, so there was still some water on the potatoes. And then when I added salt to the onions, salt brings out water. So I'm going to show you guys something. The point is, I need to show you why we clean the leaks. So I'm going to show you the bottom of the sink, and you're going to see a bunch of dirt, and that's the reason why. I want to show you that. That's why we clean out the leaks. It's because all that dirt that was in there, okay? So that was the point of showing you. Just, you want to make sure you clean your leaks out. Now,
Narita is blowing up the gifts with the peppers. We appreciate you.
Thank you. But yeah, I picked peppers, JDP, because this Saturday is the pepper challenge for us.
Pepper challenge.
Okay. So now what I'm going to do is add 4 cups of water. See if I can pour this without spilling. Awesome. Okay. And I'm going to turn on my garbage disposal for a moment, so excuse the sound. I just got to take care of this.
Oh, yeah. Y'all, if you're just scrolling through here, welcome to FoodTok TV. We do live cooking shows daily, Monday through Friday. We have 2 shows, and then Saturday and Sunday we have 1 show. Saturday nights, we've been doing our Grub Match, which is our cooking competition. You can still vote at FoodtokTV.com. But while you're at FoodtokTV.com, you can also look at our recipes and stuff. So check that out. The recipes that Benjamin is doing are already up there. The first one's on there when you go. And you can also check out our schedule.
So if you see, it's pretty full. I want it like that. I'm going to turn my heat up on high. I want it to start getting to a strong boil. Once it starts boiling, then I would turn down the heat. I need to cook down those potatoes and leeks. And right here in this pan, I have it just on a low heat. I'm turning it up more because we're going to start chopping up everyone's favorite ingredient.
Bacon!
Now, I will say this. This recipe doesn't call for this. I just said, you know what? What would be a great garnish on a potato soup? And I said bacon. Now, here's the thing about this. What I'm going to show you is I only need 2 to 3 slices of bacon for the recipe. But if you know me, I'm always going to cut extra to snack on. So
just snacks.
Yeah. So I'm doing something called just lardons, where you're just chopping into strips. And it's just a fancy way to say strips. So this would be strips of bacon.
Or the French accent, the lardon.
Yeah, Lord on. You gotta say it from your
No,
gut.
no.
And I'm gonna
Oui.
add, add it to my pot. That's slowly gonna just cook down.
So Roy
And
wants to know, do you ever cook without measurements? Because I'm pretty sure you do.
I do. Yeah, I do. I cook without
Yeah.
measurements often.
I think with
But
these shows, we just like the measurements because we have the recipes for y'all.
yeah, it's kind of the goal is to be able to teach you because you know what? There's some people that I actually know that come to my lives and they will constantly just ask me like, "Hey, I need to know exactly how much I need to use because they're not at a level yet of understanding. Like they need to follow a recipe, which is fine. Just I used to be like that. I used to be able to need the exact recipe so that I can understand what to cut and what to do. But that takes time. It takes time to get comfortable with being able to just trust yourself and have an idea of okay, how much salt to use, how much of this. So yeah, I'm just washing my knife real quick because I'm gonna need it later.
Yeah, when I'm
Always.
making something new, I tend to like eyeball the
Okay.
measurements closer to what someone else suggests. So
Okay.
it's definitely helpful
If you don't
when
mind,
you're
I'm
learning.
gonna let you guys look at some bacon real quick while I'm cleaning a little bit. I think everyone likes to look at bacon.
Yes, we do like bacon. It's bacon.
So now one thing I'm gonna just do is clean as I go because it makes life a little easier, especially when you have to clean up after yourself. And I'm still looking for a dishwasher. I'm hiring. I will feed you. I have alcohol. I just need the day shift. You have to provide your own lodging though. But I got you on food and booze if you're of age. Okay.
Wow, this live has over 216 shares. Y'all are killing it with the
Thank
shares.
you. I
And then
appreciate that.
11.1K taps. Y'all.
Thank you all.
JDP says he'll apply.
What did you say?
JDP says he'll apply.
Okay, perfect. There you go. Yeah, I got plenty of wine for you, JDP. Okay. What I am gonna do also is take advantage of this time. How much time? I have about what, 34 minutes left?
Ooh, 33. You're good.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I
Do
appreciate
you
that.
actually just look at the time or are you just that good?
I'm just that good. No, I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
wow.
I have a clock right here, and I just subtract it.
Oh, okay.
I could have just made you think that, but no. I just saw a clock and just subtract it. That's all. But my
I was
clock was
about to
the
say,
equipment.
this is only your third show on FoodTok TV. No way do you have the mental clock like this yet.
Yeah. No. But we've got the bacon cooking. Now, what I am going to also do too, the purpose of this bacon, I also want that bacon fat because I am going to be using that bacon fat to also saute the leeks.
So Joe does say he would have used chicken stock instead of water, even though I know you mentioned earlier that that's typically what you do in recipes. You typically do chicken stock rather than water. But for this particular recipe, he really wanted the potatoes and leeks to shine.
Yeah, that's and you know what? That's the I every so if you ever go to my lives, and I'm always saying, don't ever use water. Just make your own chicken stock, or like I'm always saying to flavor your own water. My history of knowing the soup and also the research I did, it's like the point of this dish is to let leeks and potatoes shine, and it's by sautéing them first, allowing the sugars to come out, then doing the potatoes. It just combines really well together. So it's just, but sometimes what happens with certain cuisines is less is more, and if you can let the actual product shine by itself and not necessarily mask it, sometimes the best dishes. The simplest dishes sometimes are the best. And this is one of those simple ones. And it's a great, like Taylor said, it's a great fall dish. Now, what I did do, I put a plate right here with some paper towels. Eventually, I'm going to need that when the bacon's finished being cooked. But
Ooh, I might try this recipe where I make a stock out of those dark green leek greens.
yeah, so I
That would
actually
be
use,
super leaky.
yeah, I use a stock for beef stock. The thing with the green parts of leeks, they need to braise or cook or simmer or submerge in water for literally a minimum of 3 hours.
Oh, wow.
After a 3 hour mark, they start getting tender and sweet.
Yeah,
It
because
takes a
they're
while.
really fibrous.
Yes. So it's traditionally recommended to use them on beef for beef stock because beef stock it'll take you like a whole day to make. Like if you're making beef stock from scratch with the bones and meat and roasting it, then adding all your vegetables, it's a long process. So I tend to use that when I make beef stock. Like 2 months ago, I made beef bourguignon, which is another fancy French dish. Simple though, and Julia Child's favorite dish. And but that I had to make my own beef stock, and that took a whole day. Yeah, some of my people saw me. I gave a little like a 3-day tour of making beef bourguignon from scratch, like literally from scratch.
A 3-day tour.
Yeah, like because it was one day of making the beef stock, then one day of straining it, then one day like it was just braising. It was just a long process. Now, if you work in a big industrial kitchen, it's a lot easier, but it will still take some time. I did the home version.
Hey, Cass.
Hey, Cass, how you doing? So while that's happening, while you see the bacon cooking, I'm just actually chopping up some chives. Chives are a great option for decorations. They add onion, garlic taste. So it's a great way to add some additional flavor. This will be part of a garnish. So the garnishes I'm going to have for this is some chopped up chives and also some leeks and some bacon. Now, you can do it any way you want. There's no rule. If someone said like this, I want to do a baked potato soup, and do you want to use this as a baked potato, and do you want to add some cheese to it? Sure. But it's kind of your thing. What would you like to do? That's what I recommend. And
So Kaz did want to say you have a nice looking apron on.
oh yes, thank you. Yeah, this apron is very, very nice. I love it. So thank you, Kaz, for this apron. I really appreciate it. It's a really cool apron. Yeah. My goal is I need to stay away from the bacon grease because I don't want to get myself dirty. You know what I mean? No, because there's bacon grease flying everywhere. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. But I guess also an apron is also meant to get dirty, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Hey, would you change your camera angle to make it a little bit more on the bacon? And let's try and get it.
Oh, sorry. I thought
Okay, there we go.
When I was showing,
There we go.
when I was showing the apron, yeah.
Can't turn me away from the bacon.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. Thank you for letting me know. So all I did, chopped up some chives. Chives are in here. And we're going to let that happen. Then, now that they're starting to get some more crisp in this bacon, let's move it around a little bit. And we'll go from here.
Which I love chives so much. And y'all, if you have garden space available, if that's something you do, I highly recommend chives in an outdoor garden. Highly recommend it because I planted some 8 years ago and they keep coming back. Don't have to do anything. They just keep coming back.
Now, with onions and chives or garlic, if you're able to plant them in your yard, they are a natural insect repellent for some certain insects, so it does help also too. It won't keep all your insects away, but it does help a little bit.
Right.
And also, the flowers of chives or onions and garlic, those are great to be used for decorations, like for decorating your food.
Oh, I soak mine in vinegar, and then I have chive vinegar. It's
that's
so
pretty
good.
cool. I like that.
Yeah. I don't cook with it much on FoodTokTV because that's not an ingredient people typically have. But it's so good. But those flowers are amazing.
Yes, they're great. Then what I'm also going to do, this recipe does call for some heavy cream. And I am going to start taking my heavy cream out right now because when I add it to a hot soup, I want it to be somewhat at a room temperature so that it's not shocking the soup. And so it's a little easier for the heavy cream to get mixed into the hot liquid. So I'm going to take it out now.
Oh, y'all are killing it with these shares today. Thank you.
I'm going this way, and here we go.
Sharing is caring and tapping is clapping. We appreciate
the shares. And then everyone, just a reminder, if you have time to go to FoodTok TV, vote for Grub Match for this past weekend's contestants. We had Kaz, who's in the chat. We have Nick, who also competed against Chaz, and they made some amazing dishes. They had yogurt as a secret ingredient, and they did things that I didn't even think about that I would have not thought. I was like, wow, that's really impressive. The thoughts, and I think that's really cool about Grub Matches. You're seeing everyone's creativity, and so it's really nice. And then this Saturday, you're going to see myself and JDP. If JDP's still in the chat, JDP say hello if you're in the chat. We're going to be cooking, and our secret ingredient is peppers.
No. I'm excited for peppers. I love the the vagueness of this ingredient because there's so many different types of peppers out there, so many different ways to go about it.
I can tell you this, I've been tasting all the peppers in the world, and yeah, my mouth's been burning a lot lately. So, so I've been doing research. But
JDP is in the comments section. He is the challenger for grub match.
Yes. Okay, now I'm moving all the bacon to one side because I'm going to turn down the heat low because that bacon's going to continue cooking. I'm going to start sauteing the leeks. If you recall, we made these strips, kind of julienne style of leeks. And then we're going to let these get sauteed and they'll start getting crisp up. And it'll be a great garnish to have. And with these, I actually don't need to salt them because the fact that there's bacon fat in here and there will be some leftover salt, it will actually flavor the leeks itself. So that's good. And then right now, we can slowly start working on getting the cocktail ready. But actually, hold on, before I do that, I'm going to use an immersion blender in a little bit. Does anyone have one of these at their house? Do you guys have any immersion blenders? If you don't, these are amazing to have. It's a good way to blend something without having to pour something into a blender. It's great to use if you have them. I recommend everyone at least trying to get one eventually.
Yeah, like if I had to go back into time, I would have purchased an immersion blender before I purchased an actual blender.
Yes, they work out amazing. They're very fun, very easy to use. Now, this is a brand new one. My other one I lost, or I broke it. I somehow I put the bottom part. It fell into my pot of water and it messed it all up. So.
Oh no.
Yeah. So just you know what? Accidents happen in the kitchen. I wish yesterday you could see me. I was literally doing this with this heavy cream, and I was getting it because what happens when you buy heavy cream in the beginning, heavy cream, it's like it's really thick on the top, so you have to like shake it up. And I didn't put it as tight as it should have been, and I'm shaking it up. And then like the pressure made it shoot out, and so like heavy cream was everywhere, and I'm having to clean it up.
No.
Yeah, like there's accidents in the kitchen sometimes.
Oh
and
yeah.
You just gotta be able to adjust and adapt.
Yeah, Ryan's first show on FoodTokTV, I was trying to help him out with setting stuff up, and he needed a can of evaporated milk. And I told him I opened it, but kept the lid on. I'm like, hey, this is open. And so on his live, when he went to go grab it, he forgot it was opened. So yeah, we don't cry over spilt milk here.
Oh no. I appreciate the likes. Thank you for getting me to 16.4. Let's see if we get to 20 if you're able to.
Yes.
And we're just cooking bacon. And now here, let me show you what's going on in the leeks real quick, in the leek and potato dish. Now, I have a towel right here. The reason I have a towel is because my handle is very hot, and I don't want to burn myself. So whenever you deal with stainless steel, you always make sure you have something. So that's what's happening in there. And we're just letting everything slowly braise. And that's what we want. Now, I am going to add a little more water because I can tell the minute I start blending this, it's going to get extremely thick and there'll be not enough liquid. So I am going to add right now a little bit more water. Just give me one moment while I do this. I'll put you back to watch bacon time.
Bacon time. It's bacon. Honestly, those leek shavings, they're like, that would be my chef snack.
Yeah, no, these are delicious and they're great. They're a great garnish to use on anything if you're able to do this.
Plus, you added bacon.
Yeah, it works out really well. I have some water right here. I'm going to use.
Wow, this audience has gotten us over 500 shares. That is crazy.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, everyone. Hope everyone's having an amazing Thursday. Where are you from in the chat? If you're new to today, let me know. Just where you're from. I'd appreciate it. I'm from Arizona. AZ's in the house.
And I'm in Tennessee.
Yes. And we're making a classic French dish. It's pretty much a fancy potato and leek soup.
Texas and Louisiana. All right.
Potage Parmentier. I can't pronounce it correctly,
Ireland.
but I can at least make it. So I appreciate that.
Babs, hello there. Ooh, we got someone in Belfast, North Ireland. That's cool.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
awesome.
And then
That's awesome.
Scottsdale,
Oh,
Arizona,
Scottsdale.
or Arizona, LA.
I'm North Tucsonish. I'm North Tucsonish, so Scottsdale's awesome.
I don't know if we'll get a cooler place in Ireland, though. That's pretty rad.
No, Ireland's awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate you. In Ireland, do you ever eat potato and leek soup?
Ooh, I'm sure there's a classic Irish dish of that.
Yes. I would
We
think so.
got
I mean, there's
Texas,
a lot of
Talking Hills in
recipes.
Ohio.
Awesome. Now just slowly. So like this is what I said. This is one of those simple recipes. It's gonna be a lot different. If you've been to my last two lives, you see I'm running around. I'm chopping up. I'm doing all of this different stuff. This is one of those simple dishes. It just takes time. You don't fuss with it too much, and it becomes amazing what happens in this pot. We're just letting onions, or I should say leeks, first saute. Then you add your potatoes, and they just simmer in water, and the water just absorbs all the sauteed leeks and potatoes. Now, leeks and potatoes, when you cook them, they actually have a sweetness to them, so the sweetness comes out, and that's what actually goes into the water. When I say sweetness, I'm not talking as in like sugar. It's a different type of taste. My best advice is taste the raw potato next time, and then taste one of these potatoes after you've cooked it, and you'll see the difference in taste. Just because all the starches just came out. But yeah, we're just slowly cooking up some bacon and some leeks. But I'm excited for this Saturday's grub match. I'll tell you that. I know JDP's been working on his recipes, and we're gonna have a good day. It's gonna be a fun show. But,
Have you been practicing?
you know, I've wrote down my menu. I haven't practiced. So
You know, when I did mine, I only did one run through, and that was right before the grub match. But I'm really glad I gave myself the hour timed run through.
Yeah, so I do need to do a run through because I need to make sure I'm not too ambitious. I do tend to do that. So I need to make sure I can execute it. So it'll be fun
Red
to figure
Wagon
out.
Bakery's in the house. Hello, that's another
Hey.
FoodTok TV creator. Her show is on Wednesdays at 7 a.m. Central.
Let me see if does that V work better for bacon?
So this is Cooking with Father Preneur. I'm going to type his username into the comments, but he just does the show once a week on Thursdays at noon, but he's live on his own page all the time. So he is definitely worth the follow. So I put the creator's name in there.
So
Cooking
I
with
also
Father
just said
Preneur.
what up, homies. So you do see that.
Oh, yeah,
just right
there you
now.
go. He just said, what up, homies? So be sure you just click on that name and follow him. Because he is live on his own page all the time.
Yes, I do. I
It's
try to
just
go live
Thursdays at noon, we get him.
Yeah, I try to go live about 5 to 6 days a week. Sometimes it's 4, just depends on the week, but always cooking different type of cuisines or meals, providing cooking for my family. I like to show people how to save food, cook different items, and reuse items. Like an example, the leeks that we have right here, the green tops. Typically, a lot of places would throw this away. And if you could save this, you can use it for a lot of different items, for especially making like a broth or a stock, but it takes a long time to cook. But anytime I'm using any type of vegetables or meats, if I have trimmings or something like that, I'm gonna try to save it so that I can reuse it somehow.
Is your freezer just like stocked with scraps?
Yeah, like there comes a point where I stop saving vegetables if I don't use it enough. Like,
Oh,
here's
can we
an
move the
example.
tongs out of the way?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah,
Yeah, there we go.
like here, like there's a point where, okay, there's one frozen bag of like odd ends of vegetable end pieces. There's another bag. There's another bag. It's like there comes a point where I'm like, okay, I need to start making some more stock or something.
Right. That's kind of what my freezer's like before.
Yeah, well, once a week, I'm always making some type of broth or stock. So I actually need to do that probably today or tomorrow. So I'll be doing that soon.
In the Kitchen with Lanny says that she's never tried leeks, but now this is making her want to try.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, if you tasted them, you'll see like it's a delicate but like very vibrant taste. It's not like a sharp onion taste. Sweet almost. Just what happens.
Oh.
Just what happens what happens when you slowly cook them over time. Okay. What I am going to do, because we're getting a little closer to time, I am going to heat up. I'm going to move you a little bit over here so you can see me actually make a cocktail. But before I do that, I'm using something called Chef Mike. Right up here is my microwave. It's Chef Mike. I'm using it to heat up some water real quick. Because what I'm making is a hot toddy, which is a perfect cocktail for you to have when you are cold, when you need something to warm you up. You also want to get a little bit of a buzz.
Hi, Kyle. I'll try to tune in later. Showtime.
It was first created as a remedy for when you're sick. Now it's just been more of enjoying it and on cold days. But it could help you like when you have a sore throat, like when you need to drink something like warm. It is very flavorful. So while that's cooking, let's go over here for a little bit. I'm gonna show you how.
I'm sure this doesn't surprise you. I'm sure this doesn't surprise you, but I have made a hot toddy with mustard before.
Oh wow, that'd be interesting.
Well, it's more so for like that sinusy clearing. No,
okay.
Yeah, I had a sinus infection, but still wanted to go live.
So here's what I'm gonna do. I want the middle part of the lemon. So what I am gonna do is purposely just cut a wedge like this. This is the bigger part of it. Now this one has seeds in there, so I want to take the seeds out. Sometimes I buy lemons that are seedless, and those are amazing to have because you don't have to deal with the seeds. But for this drink, I don't want seeds in my drink. So, just trying to take them out as much as I can. And it's not about being perfect. I don't like to have a drink, then all of a sudden a seed falls in my mouth. Okay, cloves. These are cloves. They're actually cloves that are before they're grounded. I'm going to do something called studding. I'm going to stud the lemon with it. Now you can put as much studs of cloves in there you want, depending on your preference. The more you put on there, the more flavorful it will be. But cloves are a strong spice. Now this is one of those drinks that's meant to be drinking within like 10 to 20 minutes. The longer you leave it in, the more flavorful the drink will get from the cloves. So it could also get to the point where it could be too strong. So I'm putting like that. It's called studding. I'll put one in the middle just to see. There we go.
Nice little pretty presentation.
Yep. Gonna get my favorite juicer that I have. So I need to get some lemon juice. And while that's happening, let me check on the bacon real quick and the leeks. The bacon's almost done. And the leeks are still needing some time to get crispy. Okay. Now what I do with this, just so you can know, we talk about saving scraps and all that. So these are lemon pills I have from earlier. I actually have some turmeric in here. This is fresh turmeric, fresh ginger. Eventually, I'm going to make a little like water broth or a water drink, like a tea almost. That's just be for me to drink later today. But that's kind of what I do with my scraps.
Little homemade ginger shot.
Yeah. So they're perfect. Got my lemon juice. Awesome. Now, let's work on a cocktail. Got to find your jigger, your mug, and my hot water.
Thanks, Chef Mike.
Hey, Chef Mike, how you doing? So, bourbon. I'm using bourbon. I always drink bourbon. I love bourbon. Can you use whiskey? Yes. You could use rum. Absolutely. I'm doing 2 ounces, maybe 2.5. I
like that you're using 4 Roses because I call that my house bourbon.
Yeah, it is. 4 Roses is an amazing bourbon.
It's my house one, like where I don't want to spend too much money, but I want to enjoy the taste.
Yeah, I'm going to use a little bit of honey. You can use the amount of honey you want for your taste. I have my little spoon right here to mix. I'm going to just kind of get the honey melted. And just while that's happening, this is infusing. I'm going to add my lemon juice. Okay. Perfect. Then I'm going to add that for flavor. Add this for garnish and for additional flavor. And now I need to put this onto a little B&B dish. Now, if I put it directly on here, it's going to slide. The way you can make things not slide, if you're unaware, get a little paper towel, and you're just going to put it underneath the drink, right there, and that prevents it from sliding.
I was so expecting you to pull out a packet of Bev Naps.
Oh no, no, like that. Yeah, if I was in a restaurant, yeah, like that'd be different. But,
I
yeah,
know.
Like, you talking about
Just
the
because
little
you're very
square
much so restaurant.
Yeah, no, the little square ones. I'm pretty sure I could buy them on Amazon if I wanted to.
Yeah.
I never thought about that.
But
Maybe
you
I'm
got
gonna do
paper
that.
towels.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna try it next time. Maybe I will. Now I'm just taking my bacon off. It's pretty much done. So the goal
Apples, thank
is
you
now.
for the chilies. Y'all have been an amazing audience. Thank you so much for all this engagement and all the 522 shares. That is at
Oh,
26.4K likes.
okay.
And a lot of comments, a lot of talking. Y'all have been a great audience. Thank you for being here with us today on Choppin' It Up with Father.
So I'm gonna set this aside for a little bit because we had to start finishing up the soup. Because if I'm correct, we have about 9-10 minutes left to the hour.
9 minutes, yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Is that your internal thought?
Now you're gonna see me run with my head cut off. Cool. So hopefully you're ready for that. Okay, take this off, take the heat off. Gonna get my immersion blender. This is why this is amazing, because try pouring all this hot liquid into a blender, burning yourself.
Oh gosh, no thank you.
Yeah, it's just gonna blend it all. I guess maybe I'll just give you the bird's eye view of what it looks like.
Yeah, and it's not a super loud immersion blender. Okay,
No,
maybe it is a little loud, but not too bad. Yeah, it's not too bad.
Okay, good. That's all I'm doing, just letting it blend. Now, you could put it through a fine mesh strainer and push it all through, or you can use a potato like ricer, and that would be fine too. This is just more of how I prefer to do it. The goal is just to blend everything.
Are you going for like a super smooth soup, or are you going more for like a little chunky?
No, I want it as smooth as possible, so that's why I'm gonna do this for about a good 3 minutes, and I just move it around just to make sure. Then we're checking on the leeks. See how they're getting crispy.
Oh man, those look so good. Cooked in all that bacon grease. Oh.
Yeah. Bacon leeks. So what happens when you work in a kitchen enough, like you learn how to use one hand for one and one hand for the other. It's like you just get used to using two hands. So I don't know if anyone else has to do stuff like that, but.
Oh yeah. For me, it's more about being impatient with standing there with the immersion blender, so it helps to have something else to do. So it gets immersed as long as possible.
Okay.
Oh, Dema Casino, welcome in.
Hey, Lena. Who in here's had a hot toddy before in the chat? Let me know if you've had a hot toddy before. And did you enjoy it? Okay, I'm done. Now what I'm going to do is take off that part. I'm going to take this off so the accident does not happen like what happened to me last time, where that fell into some liquid. I don't need that to happen to me today.
Yeah, no.
Who in here's had a hot toddy before? Let me know in the chat. Have you all had a hot toddy before? I'm gonna take a hot toddy break if you don't mind.
Oh yes, please do. So,
delicious hot toddy. It's all it is: bourbon, water, honey, lemon juice, lemon that's been studded with cloves, and a cinnamon stick. The flavors you get when it all just combines and meshes well is great. It's great when you're sick. Helps sore your throat, or helps your sore throats. But it also helps you get a little, extra happy.
Yeah, the bourbon helps. Yes.
Yes. So, can we put this right here? Perfect. Now it's time to plate up. So here's what we're gonna do. Well, actually, no, it's not time to plate up. I have my heavy cream, and I have my butter. I need to add that at the end. And now we're gonna mix it up. Now, if you notice, one thing I always have a set of spoons. You learn this in the restaurant, to always have a bunch of spoons so you can taste. Okay, they're called tasting spoons. The goal is You need to constantly keep tasting your food. And my leeks are getting to the point where they're done. So what I need to do is actually put them on a plate. Let me get a paper towel real quick.
And y'all, the recipes that he's made today are already on FoodTok TV.
I don't know if anyone answered. Who in here has had a hot toddy before?
Oh, we've had so many people that have had them. Yes.
Oh, I have it? Okay, good, perfect.
Yes. And so many people that need them right now.
These are amazing.
Yeah, Becky says they're always too strong. But hey, you know, if you make them yourself, you can adjust that. But I do see that with the water and bourbon, you get that very strong bourbon flavor.
Yeah, I would say just use less. That would be the best thing to do.
Or even more lemon.
Yes. Taste.
Happy has his medicine. Babs has had them.
Okay.
Respectfully, Rosie has had plenty.
Okay, perfect. You need to add a little more salt. That's why we taste. Add some pepper. So this is also one of the, when I was making this, I was like, you know what? This is one of the only foods I probably make that doesn't have garlic in it. I usually I usually try to put garlic in every single thing. Now I could add garlic to this, but it doesn't need it. The recipe doesn't need it.
You worked really hard for that leek flavor.
Yeah. Taste it again. Now, that's perfect now. A little trick, if you don't want to keep rinsing spoons, you can do the end too.
There you go.
That happens in all the kitchens, literally, so they don't have to wash another spoon. Okay, now we're working on ladling. I'm going to show people something. I see this happen.
Daily Adventure says they add tea to their hot toddies to kind of.
Yes, you could do tea. You know what I thought about doing, but I didn't. So I'll give you a clue what I was going to do this Saturday. Like a thought. A peppermint hot toddy. How cool would that have been? But I have something else I have planned, but I was like, hey, you said pepper.
Yeah, right. There's the word pepper in there.
So here's the thing. Who does this? Who puts the bowl like this and pours it and soup falls everywhere? Who does that? Be honest. Do I need to give everyone a better view of that to make sure they understand what I'm referring to? Let me do this. Let's be honest. Right now, you don't gotta lie. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. Like you're gonna go like this, and then soup. You see how it spills?
Oh yeah, and the drippings all down the side of the pan.
So who's? How many people are saying they do? Okay. Oh,
yep.
You do. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys a little.
Got a lot of guilty parties here.
Okay. Oh man, I'm gonna show you something that's gonna be life changing. Like if you see my strainer move when I strain like liquids in using my strainers, how I make it really simple. Here's a simple thing. There's a lip on this. All pots have a lip. Pans have a lip. What you do is you grab your fancy bowl, put it underneath the lip. How many of you right now is mind blown? Be honest.
I'm trying to think. I kind of don't think my pans have lips. Oh wait,
now,
yeah, I'm looking at my pan right now. Yep, it has a lip. Dang it,
now,
you're right.
Okay, now, I have a little bit right there. Oh, I gotta clean up that little bit. I'd rather clean up that little bit than that lot of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Okay, so here's we go. We're plating up now. Same concept. If I was to put this bowl on here, it's gonna slide. And then nothing worse than hot soup falling on you. Paper towel. Wet, that's damp. Now, if you're in a fancy restaurant, you don't want it to show, so you kind of put it literally right underneath. Set it. Okay, kind of garnishing. Chives, kind of sprinkle it around everywhere to give it a little that pop of color. So here's the thing, what I see happen a lot of times when people do decoration. I'll put you up right here. I mean, is there a right and wrong? I don't know. But because I have all these chives doesn't mean all the chives need to go in there. What you want to do when it comes to decorating like plates, you want to have contrast of colors. So if you see right now, you see like whitish yellow, then pops of green. I don't want to. I want each color to show. The next is I'll put some bacon in the middle. Okay, and you got to drop it in slowly. I'm gonna grab some of my crispy chives, kind of make like a nest. Put it in softly. There you go. And could you use tweezers and all that? You can, but this is not a delicate like topping. Like when I use like microgreens, I'll use tweezers. Now, what you can do too, just add a tiny bit more chives on top of the leeks, just a little bit. And I'm gonna show you. Let me clean up real quick so I can show you what we've done. And man, we're at the 1 hour mark, huh? We are, huh? I can't hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Oh, now I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I wasn't even super hungry until I saw that presentation, and then my stomach just immediately let me know I was hungry.
Yeah.
Definitely eat with your eyes.
Yeah. That's cool. I finished right at the 1 hour. I didn't know if I was gonna finish. There was a point where I was like, like these leeks are taking longer to crisp.
Well, I hope you're not thinking about that, 1 hour when you're on Grub Match on Saturday.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you better be thinking about that 1 hour.
Yeah.
But you're also not going to have to teach us.
No, it'll be a little different. So here, let me show you guys real quick.
Thank you for the
Thank you
gift.
for the kind words. So that
Thank
is
you.
Potage Parmentier, which is a fancy way to say potato and leek soup. This is hot toddy. And so the meaning behind this was, if you didn't get a chance to hear me, I said it in the first 5 minutes, is this month is, it's October. Julia Child was an amazing American chef. I consider her the first celebrity chef. She helped bring cooking to homes. She showed people that you can cook fancy food in the house and it's not complicated. Thank you, Chris. And so she helped change the way people thought of cooking in your home. And so this is a dish that she loved to have. Now, in the month of October, for Julia Childs, there's an award that's given out. This is the 10th year of it, and this award is given to a chef who is the chef of the chef of the year of this category of Julia Childs. So it's a prestigious honor. The person who won it this year is named Alice Waters. But so one thing that's really cool, I have this really old Julia Childs book, and I got this for free. One day I was in Napa taking one of my wine trips, and there was this little those free little libraries where they're in a neighborhood, and I happened to just open it and saying, "What's it? Let's see what's in that little library." And this was in there, and I grabbed this. I was like, and it has so many different old school recipes. It's a lot of it's even in French, and I have to go to a translator. But yeah, I appreciate you all taking a moment to be with me today. I hope you learned something. Hope you are able to try to make this. If you have any questions, you feel free to DM me. I'll be more than happy to answer you. You can actually go to the FoodTokTV website. All the recipes are on there for all the amazing content creators we have. Tonight we have Miss Mustard Cleaner here, Taylor. So definitely come see her. She does an amazing job. Then after that would be tomorrow Maggie. In the evening it'll be Mr. Crown Royal. Every day we have content creation of food. We are the longest running show on TikTok. So we appreciate all your support. I will end with a view of the food. So once again, this is Potage Parmentier, and this is a hot toddy. So thank you all for being here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all ages. Have an amazing Thursday. Stay thirsty, my friends.